Welcome back, brothers, to Getting Swole. Got episode 7 here for you, shoulders and triceps. I decided to start this workout off with some slingshot work, just overloading a little bit. Now, you guys know my max right now currently on flat bench is 300 pounds. So decided to work my way up to 315 here, which is like what I'm trying to get right now. That's the next step. And have failed it quite a lot right now. All right. So I put it on the bar, and obviously I knew I was going to get it with the slingshot. So I was like, all right, let's do it for 2 reps. I got 2 pretty easily. I thought I had great form on the first 2. Went for 3. Form was complete dog shit. All right. I even wrote in my notepad here that last rep did not count because my ass came almost a foot off the bench. Terrible form. Now I'm doing 330, and you might be asking, why are you doing 330? Well, a lot of guys say, I've watched videos on this, I've read a lot of things on Reddit, online or whatever, that the slingshot allows you to do 10% more than your max. Like add 10% of your max to your current max, and that's what you should be able to do with the slingshot. So that's what I did. 30 pounds is 10% of 300, of course. So I did 330 there for 1, and I thought my form was pretty decent. All right. My ass came up a little bit, but when you're pushing heavy weight like that and you're really trying to freaking push into the ground with the balls of your feet or the heels of your feet, whatever way you prefer, and your back's just trying to dig its way into the bench, your butt's going to come up a little bit. Okay. It's just going to happen. The problem occurs when it comes way up off the bench. And a good example of that was my last rep on the 315 for 2 set, not counting that third one. It was, again, complete dog shit. And I did try 315 raw bench after all of that and did not go up, of course. Failed that again. I've failed that many times, which tells me I'm not ready for it. All right. Like, obviously, you failed a bunch of times. You're not ready. But I do feel myself getting closer. And now is the time to kind of take a step back and assess my weaknesses, which is going to lead me into the rest of this video. I'm pretty much going to talk about my weaknesses, what I need to work on, because that's what's going to get me much stronger pressing power. Now, before I get into this, let me get a sip of my black coffee here. That's the only way to drink it. All right, black coffee or no coffee. Now, did rope pushdowns. Set 1 was 75 for 9, which is a PR. Only got 8 last week. Set 2, 75 for 8. 2 partials. Working my way up on that. I wasn't really doing rope pushdowns for a long time. And I kind of started getting back into it because I just feel like they're a necessity to have when you're hitting triceps. And then I'm doing dead bench right here. All right. I've decided to go up on the dead bench. Did 225 last week for, I think it was between 6 and 8 reps or whatever, if the 30-second breaks between. Right here, I get 245 for 7, which tells me I need to go up. All right, this felt not very easy for me, but I was really focusing on my leg drive here, really focusing on my upper back and digging it into the bench. And it worked out great. All right, again, I got 7 here. Basically 7 sets of 1 because of the long break between all this. And honestly, I think that was a little too much. Now for the rest of my workout on all my pressing movements, which was just shoulder press, I did that a little bit later in this workout. I was too tired to perform it well. And I think that was my biggest mistake in this workout. This is supposed to be a shoulder day. And I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, actually a lot, jumped the gun a lot, pushed barbell shoulder press aside and was like, all right, let's just bench, let's work on bench. And while I do think when you're trying to grow your bench, you should be benching a little more than you have been in the past. But the thing is, shoulder pressing and getting good at shoulder pressing, for me, is definitely top priority. Now hear me out. My shoulder press is my weakest lift by far, okay? Doesn't even compare to all my other lifts. It is complete, excuse my language, dog shit. And the reason for this is that I never used to hit shoulders. I literally took off on shoulders. I used to never hit them, all right? This was my workout split. It was chest and back, arms, biceps, triceps on that day, and then legs. And then I would repeat the cycle. I did that for a few years, all right? Was not hitting shoulders whatsoever. So obviously, now that I look back on it, obviously my shoulder press strength sucks, okay? Now, when it comes to my physique, I think my shoulders are fine. I think they look pretty good. And that's thanks to probably doing a lot of upright rowing over the years. But the pressing part is terrible. And I need to work on that. I am never going to get a 315 bench or any more than that if I don't first work on the shoulder press. So there is going to be a big change in my program right now. I'm still going to be working on bench a lot, or I'm still going to be doing the bench assistance workouts like the floor press and what you see right here, the dead bench. But I'm going to be doing shoulder press probably once a week still, but I'm going to add in things like pin pressing, things like slight angle seated shoulder press with the barbell. I'm going to be adding those in. I really need to dial in on shoulder press because what's going on right now, and I'll get into what the weight was that I did in this workout and how I just freaking sucked at it because I was too tired from doing flat bench and dead bench. I'll get into that in a few moments. But again, it's just not cutting it. And to me, the shoulder press is the baseline of all pressing movements. Once that goes up, your incline bench is going to go up. Your flat bench is going to go up. They all go hand in hand, all right, those pressing movements. But I will get to that in a few moments. Finishing up here with the dead bench, all right. And the dead bench, this is only my second time doing it. I really mean it to heart when I say that I jumped the gun a lot in this workout. I was like, you know what? Let's just see if I can get 315. It was a big mistake. You can't rush into things like this, especially when your body is not ready, especially that now that I have lost a few pounds because I cut back a little bit of my water weight. Should not have rushed into this, but you live and you learn. All right, do I regret this workout? No, obviously not. You'll actually see that I hit some pretty good PRs on my tricep extension movements, which is another thing I'd like to talk about. My tricep extension movements, such as dumbbell French press and barbell skull crusher, I've been getting very good at those. All right, I've been getting very strong at them, doing 100 pounds with those, both for easy reps. All right, hitting PRs almost every week now, it freaking feels like, but the push downs, not that good at them. All right, not terrible at them, but I need to get those up. All right, I'm doing 75 pounds for 9. I feel like I should be doing close to 100 pounds for 9. Got to get those up. Definitely going to start focusing more on those. And here we go into French press. Like I said before, a PR on this. Got 1 rep more than I did last week. That is a successful first set. And of course, this is with the 100-pound dumbbell. Got 8 reps here. And then set 2, drop down again for 90, which is the same setup that I did last week, but I got 1 more rep on this one as well. Got 10 last week with the 90, and then 11 right here. Triceps for me, they used to be a big weakness, but now I'm kind of feeling like they're getting to where they should be. Okay, they're catching up a little bit. And one thing that I do want to add in is going to be close grip bench press. I think I might just hit 2 birds with 1 stone and start doing close grip bench press when I do my floor pressing. We'll see kind of how that works out because I heard it makes the range of motion longer, of course, makes it a little harder. So I might try that a little bit. Maybe I'll do 1 set close grip, 1 set wide grip. Who knows? We'll see. Another thing I will like to add is that I'm getting a new bench for bench pressing. The one I have now is just not wide enough for my back. It's 11.5 inches wide, where I'm supposed to dig my my scapula into on the bench, and it just doesn't feel stable enough. And I almost hurt myself 2 weeks ago when I was benching, when I was just doing rep work with 225, because it just wasn't locked in all the way. And I measured my shoulder, like, I think they call it like the shoulder breadth or something, whatever they call it. I measured that and it's 21 inches. So not extremely large, but way bigger than the average person. The average male, I think, is 16-inch shoulder breadth. So I'm like 5 inches above that. So I decided to order a 14-inch wide bench, and I'm going to give that a go once I get it. We're going to see if it's better or worse. I'm thinking it's going to be better just because of what I've been feeling on this 11.5-inch bench. It's just not really feeling that great. And it's also hard to lock in on it and really use it to my advantage. All right, now for the meat of this video, the shoulder press. All right, so I said before I was tired. I still attempted to do 145, which is what I did the previous week. I hit a PR on that last Saturday, and that was 145 for 6. You saw the first set before here. I only got it for 5. And I noticed that I was significantly more tired. Obviously, right? I did all that pushing, or pressing, I should say. Did all that pressing beforehand. Obviously, I'm going to be tired. And you saw right there, drop down to 135, which I usually get for 8 reps. Okay, usually. Only got it for 6. So after that fiasco, I decided that I'd drop to 115 and just rep it out, and still only got about 9 reps there. Usually get like freaking 11 or 12. Not a good day for shoulders. All right. Luckily, I was able to get a good tricep day in, but shoulders cannot keep putting them in the back seat. I just can't keep doing that. It's really affecting my pressing movements. But this is the highlight of the workout. We got barbell skull crusher here. Only did 1 set. That's all I needed to do. All right. I was freaking gassed. I was working out for hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. It was Saturday. Got done work early. I was just like, you know what? Let's just work out for 2 hours. But I got 100 pounds here for 10. And, you know, I'm really proud of myself for this set, because when I got to around rep 4 here, rep 5, I was like, oh shit. I don't think I can like attempt to even add a rep from last week. You know, I was so exhausted and this was feeling heavy. All right, this 100-pound on this easy bar here. This was feeling heavy here. And when I got to rep 7, I was like, I just dug my feet in. I was like, let's go. Get 3 more. And then you're done for the day, which is what I did. All right, freaking pushed through it. Got it. I'm pumped up right here. Freaking awesome. All right. I just got some posing for you guys. And you will see I'm already looking a hell of a lot leaner than when I was 210 pounds. The water weight, dropping that off, really did favors to my waist already. It's looking much skinnier. Getting some posing in. But as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I think next video is going to be a mic'd up one. The voiceovers are kind of getting a little tiresome. All right. I don't really have the time to record a headshot of myself. And, you know, I really think that videos like this lack when they don't have a headshot of the guy speaking, either in the corner or on one side of the video. But yeah, I think I'm just going to do a mic'd up next time. and that will be chest and biceps. It should be a very exciting workout. And I am going to be coming out with a full day of eating, as well as my supplement stack, my current supplement stack, because I have added quite a few supplements into my program, and I would like to share that with you guys. But as always, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe. All right, I think it said like 20% of you are subscribed. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.